Hello there guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and on this video I am going to be giving you an update on some more transfer news, keeping you up to date of what players are linked with Manchester United like I do on a regular basis. So I'm going to be giving you a bit more additional information on Kai Havertz from Bayer Leverkusen. Then I'm going to be giving you a bit more additional information on Jadon Sancho. Of course, my recent video that I did earlier on today, which of course is still uploading at the moment. Obviously, I give you the news on Daniel James. Obviously, there's been talk saying that Manchester United could loan Daniel James out for next season if we do sign Jadon Sancho in the summer transfer window. But it did say, we're willing to offer Daniel James a new contract. And obviously, if he signs this new contract, he will get a pay rise. We did get Daniel James last summer from Swansea for just £15 million. And of course, he did sign a 5-year contract with an option of a further year. So yeah, we could loan Daniel James out because analysing it, for the vast majority of this season, Daniel James has been playing on that right wing. And of course, Jadon Sancho, plays on that right wing. So obviously, if we sign Sancho, Daniel James would find game time very, very difficult. So it probably would be the correct decision, to be quite honest with you. Would be, the correct decision. But yeah, like I said, Daniel James has played 37 games in all competitions this season. Don't forget he made his professional debut for Swansea in 2018 and that. But it was obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first signing. Obviously on my recent video as well, I give you the news on Jude Bellingham. The ongoing situation with him. Jude Bellingham's father wants him to move abroad and that. Don't forget, we've got to pay the full amount up front for Jude Bellingham if Birmingham are, to sell him and that. And I think the deal is worth around £50 million. But Birmingham did say that they do expect Jude Bellingham to remain with them until the end of the season and that. So that's what I've been negotiating with you about earlier on today. So anyway now, and obviously on my recent video as well, I give you the news on Donny van de Beek from Ajax. So yeah. So now anyway, let's delve into news on Kai Havertz from Bayer Leverkusen. So according to recent reports, I read this in the Daily Express, and it does say that Manchester United made a transfer approach for Kai Havertz weeks ago. Now, I think, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is convinced that Manchester United can sign Kai Havertz in the summer transfer window. Now, don't forget, there was reports coming out earlier on this week saying that Manchester United were leading the race for Kai Havertz, and it says we was preparing to put around the £50 million bidding for the player. But £50 million obviously won't be enough. Probably Kai Havertz will cost maybe in the 60 or the 70 odd million pound range. Could even cost £80 million. But these stories were stemming from Sky Sports earlier on this week, and Sky Sports is a very reliable source. Now, as it stands at the moment, I think Bayern Munich are the favourites to sign Kai Havertz. Obviously, it will cost Bayern Munich around £80 million. If Kai Havertz does go to Bayern Munich, obviously, he will be remaining in Germany. It also recently said from the mainstream media that Real Madrid had put around the £71 million bidding for him, but they did say they will allow him to remain in Germany until next summer. Of course, Real Madrid have got quite a few players on their agenda, and there's some players, they are planning to sign next summer, Kai Havertz and Mbappe and Erling Haaland and that, so there you go. But I think there's a great chance that Manchester United could sign Kai Havertz. Like I said, Kai Havertz can play as an attacking midfielder. He can also play as a winner, so his versatility is very, very good. But he is aware of the transfer speculation, because obviously, you've had Chelsea that have been in for him. Liverpool have also been relentlessly linked with him as well. Now, up until this point, Kai Havertz has spent the entirety of his career with Bayer Leverkusen. Like I mentioned, he was in Bayer Leverkusen's youth squad for a good 6 or 7 years or something like that. And Kai Havertz has been in Bayer Leverkusen's senior squad since 2016, but since then has become an integral part of their team. Don't forget, Kai Havertz became the youngest debutant in the Bundesliga and the youngest player to reach a milestone of 50 and 100 appearances in the German top flight. There was reports earlier on in the season saying that, Bayer Leverkusen could demand 90 or even £100 million for Kai Havertz. Is he 20 or is he 21 years of age now? But he is, of course, very, very young. He has got a contract with Bayer Leverkusen until 2022. Don't forget the Bayer Leverkusen sporting director recently came out and said, a decision has not yet been made regarding Kai Havertz's future. But the assistant coach did say that Kai Havertz could leave Bayer Leverkusen in the summer transfer window and that. So actually, there's a great chance, now, like I mentioned, that Manchester United could sign him, So, we will see what happens. But we have now been in for him for quite some time. But Kai Havertz did make the admission saying that he's open to making a move to the Premier League and that. So that is the news on him. News on Jadon Sancho now. I do think, Jadon Sancho now to Manchester United is over. The main explanation why I think it's over, or the couple of main explanations why it's over, is because recent reports have said that Jack Grealish is our priority now over Jadon Sancho. So that means now Jack Grealish is our number one priority target. But Jadon Sancho was our number one priority target for so long. And plus, Borussia Dortmund have said they still want £100 million for Jadon Sancho. And we are not willing to smash our transfer record to get the player on the board. Don't forget, Jadon Sancho recently got fined for that haircut picture. He did recently say that he'd flown to England without permission. So basically, Jadon Sancho had broken lockdown rules, but Borussia Dortmund denied that he had flown to England. Now, there's been so many clubs that have been interested in Jadon Sancho, not only Man United, recent reports have said that Liverpool are monitoring his situation. Of course, now Liverpool are not going to be getting Timo Werner. It's looking like that Timo Werner is going to be going to Chelsea, and Liverpool were in for Werner for, quite a while. So now, they're looking to get Jadon Sancho. He did say from the mainstream media yesterday that Liverpool could offer 3 of their players new contracts if they can sign Jadon Sancho. But I think, Liverpool would have to sell Salah, Firmino or Mane if they had to get Jadon Sancho on the board so he can get game time week in, week out. Like I said, Chelsea have obviously, been in for him before. Recently said, Real Madrid had entered the race for Sancho again. Real Madrid are planning to sign Jadon Sancho next summer instead, of this summer transfer window. He did reveal back in February that we had a £125 million bid turned down for Jadon Sancho. But like our officials recently give Ed Woodward and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a dilemma over the Jadon Sancho transfer. Because it is a dilemma, because Borussia Dortmund have said, we want £100 million. I think Solskjaer's transfer limit has been set, and we are only willing to pay £60 or £70 million for any player. So actually, Jadon Sancho, could stay at Borussia Dortmund for next season, and actually, could leave next summer. Because I think, Borussia Dortmund have been in the process of trying to extend Jadon Sancho's contract and that. But I think Jadon Sancho did reveal, if he does leave Borussia Dortmund, his preferred option is a move to Manchester United. And I've outlined the couple of reasons, why I'd like Sancho to come to Man United is because obviously he's got a very, very good friendship with Marcus Rashford. And plus, he is well proven in the Premier League, is Jadon Sancho. But yeah, I don't think, now we are going to get him on the board. Don't forget, we have been in negotiations with his agent for quite some time, and we've also been working on his contract. Don't forget, Borussia Dortmund are known as a selling football club because they've let quite a few of their players go to the Premier League in recent years. Don't forget, they let Christian Pulisic go, they let Aubameyang go, they let Ilkay Gundogan go, Mkhitaryan, Shinji Kagawa, So they've let quite a few players go of Borussia Dortmund. They've also let players go who haven't, of course, gone to the Premier League. They let Ousmane Dembele go quite a few years ago to Barcelona. I think they let Matt Hummels go to Bayern Munich, the Borussia Dortmund. But there again, Dortmund have recruited quite a few players in recent years. They got Haaland in January, who's done very, very well for them. They got Emre Can. They got Thorgan Hazard and Julian Broughton as well in recent years. Sancho, has still got a contract with Borussia Dortmund until 2022. So he's still got a few years left on his current contract. And Borussia Dortmund is the third club in his playing career. Because obviously, before he was at Dortmund, he was at Man City. So he's played in Manchester before. He enjoyed a few years with Man City, but the main explanation why he left Manchester City, Jadon Sancho, is because he did not get any first-team opportunities. And obviously, before he was at Man City, he was at Watford, and he was at Watford for several years. Sancho now is into his third. This has been his third season with Borussia Dortmund, but he's been a revelation in Germany. Don't forget Borussia Dortmund only paid £8 million for him from Manchester City. But analysing his performances in the few years with Dortmund, his valuation has persistently grown. So there you go. And yeah, so we're still looking to get Jadon Sancho in and that, because obviously Solskjaer is in search for a right winner, and Jadon Sancho is only the age of 20. By the way, he's just recently recovered from a calf injury. Obviously, don't forget, was it last weekend? Jadon Sancho scored a hat-trick in Dortmund's 6-1 win against Paderborn. Obviously, that was Jadon Sancho's first start in the Bundesliga since the Bundesliga returned. But obviously, Borussia Dortmund did say themselves that, Jadon Sancho's been affected, regarding the speculation linked in with a move to Man United and that. Don't forget, in the game last week, he also paid tribute to George Floyd and all of that did Jadon Sancho. But there you go. And don't forget, we are obviously, willing to offer him the number 7. Because like I said, we have got number 7 vacant at the moment. Our last number 7 I think we had was Sanchez. Obviously, we had the pairs our number 7, but they were both inconsistent. But the good number 7s we've had up and down the generations is Ronaldo. In general, anyway, he's the best player that we've had in the Premier League era. Also to George Best, David Beckham, Eric Cantona. So we've had a lot of good number 7s up and down the generations and that. But like I said, we first expressed our interest in Jadon Sancho in 2017, and this was back under the Jose Mourinho era. And that. Yeah, but I don't see, Manchester United now signing Sancho. Don't forget there were stories coming from Mundo Deportivo the other week saying that we'd offered Alexis Sanchez in a swap deal for Jadon Sancho. But like I said, that swap deal was never going to materialise and that. But there you go. So that is the latest news on him. The news on Jack Grealish, of course. Like I said, he's now our number 1 priority target for the summer transfer window. Villa, they do remain ruthless over their valuation. Villa have said they do want £80 million for Jack Grealish, regardless of whether they get relegated or not. Maybe we've got strong reservations, though, about paying £80 million for Jack Grealish. I just think, Jack Grealish feels as though that he's too good for Aston Villa now, because obviously, Aston Villa are failing to match his ability. And we've already revealed that Jack Grealish is our preference over James Maddison, because James Maddison's also been linked to a move to Man United. I think a couple of main explanations why Grealish is our preference is because he's more versatile than Maddison. His stats this season have also been better than James Maddison's. But yeah, I think he's definitely going to leave Aston Villa. There were stories coming out a few weeks ago saying that we was willing to offer up to 5 players to try and get Jack Grealish on the board. But I think it did say a while back, we're hopeful that we can get Jack Grealish for around £50 million. Don't forget Jack Grealish has remained loyal to Aston Villa for several years. Up until this point, he's spent the entirety of his career with Aston Villa. He's been a Villa player since the age of 6. He's been in their senior squad since 2014, and since then has become an integral part of their team. And, Grealish has still got a contract with Aston Villa until 2023. He can play as an attacking midfielder, and he can also play as a winner. So, yeah, he is now our number 1 priority target in that. So, there you go. But, like I said, there has been so many players on our agenda. And obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has already revealed his plans for the summer transfer window. He revealed his plans quite a while back. And Solskjaer knows that he's got the backing of Ed Woodward. And he also knows that he's got the backing of the Glazers. I And like I said, we've been very, very critical of Ed Woodward for several years. The main explanations is reflects on how poor our recruitment policy's been. Also, two of us overpaying for players. And, this is, why we're being critical of Ed Woodward. Plus his poor selection of managers. Because obviously, we have sacked 3 managers since the Alex Ferguson era. We sacked David Moyes, we sacked Louis van Gaal, and of course we sacked Jose Mourinho. Solskjaer's our 4th permanent manager since the Alex Ferguson era. Woodward has been at the football club since 2012, so it's now 2020. So this has been his 8th year at Manchester United. We've also been very, very critical of the Glazers. The Glazers have been at the football club since 2005. Now it's 2020, so they've obviously not been here for around 15 years and that. And I said, I was very, very critical of Solskjaer earlier on in the season. But like I said, he does deserve at least another season at Manchester United. And he does deserve at least a couple of more transfer windows because he is still in the process of rebuilding this Man United team. And obviously, it is a transition period. And like Solskjaer revealed at the beginning of the year, that is hopeful, that we can get through this transition period. But it has been a transition period for quite some time. I did say to you, didn't I, in one of my videos I did a while ago, I've outlined what saved Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job at Manchester United, and that was the signing of Bruno Fernandes. And the wins against the likes of City and Tottenham, you can also pinpoint out they've saved Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job at Manchester United because obviously, earlier on in the season, Solskjaer was very, very close to getting sacked. And at that point, there was talks of Massimiliano Allegri coming in. There was also talks of Mauricio Pochettino coming in. Don't forget, Pochettino was linked with the managerial role at Man United before Solskjaer got the job permanently in March last year and that. But probably, Ed Woodward does believe that Solskjaer is the foreseeable future for Manchester United. Solskjaer, has basically said, he wants to make around 3 or 4 signings in the summer transfer window. We probably won't make 3 or 4 signings. We may make 1 or 2 or something like that. But Solskjaer believes we need another 4 signings or something like that to become title contenders. We do want to become title contenders next season. We really, really do. Because obviously, analysing at the moment, City are strides ahead of us and Liverpool are strides ahead of us and that. And obviously, we do want to emulate to their level. And like I mentioned, this has been the 7th season that we've failed to mount any kind of title challenge up. So that just indicates how inconsistent we have been in the last 7 years or so. The last time we won the Premier League was in Alex Ferguson's last season, and that was back in 2013 and that. That was back in 2013. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's transfer strategy anyway. He still wants to continue the policy of recruiting young British talents to Manchester United like he did do last summer, But anyway, the summer transfer window will be Solskjaer's 4th transfer window as Manchester United manager because so far Solskjaer's endured 3 transfer windows at the football club. Obviously, he's recruited 5 players in the last 2 transfer windows because in his first window he didn't recommend anyone in. But yeah, he spent just over £200 million on these 5 players, and last summer brought Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. And obviously, in January he brought Bruno Fernandes and Odion Ighalo in. And I think the 5 players that he has brought in, have been exceptional for the football club and that. So that's obviously, very, very good news. And like I've said to I have seen improvements under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Like I said, there's players that have improved under Solskjaer, especially the top players. We've definitely improved in the transfer market under Solskjaer and that. So I have definitely, seen improvements. And don't forget, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer before the football season got suspended, he was talking about what has changed at Manchester United since he replaced Jose Mourinho back in December 2018. You've got to say, I haven't only seen improvements, I've also seen changes as well. Like I said, our record against the big 6 sides this season has been exceptional. We've taken like 17 points against the big 6 sides this season, And don't forget, we was in a good vein of form before the football season got suspended because we are unbeaten in our last 11 games in all competitions, and Solskjaer will be under pressure to keep this good run of form up for when the football season does resume. Like I said, Solskjaer has promoted the youth very, very well. The young players have been given their chances. You know, the likes of Mason Greenwood's been given his chance and he's done well. Brandon Williams, he's been given his chances and he's also done very, very well. But there's, you know, young players like Angel Gomez, Tahith Chong and James Garner and all of that who have found game time very, very difficult and that. But maybe they'll get chances, more chances, when the season resumes. But when Solskjaer got appointed in any way as Manchester United manager, he did say that everybody would get their chances to express themselves and that. So obviously, that is very, very good. And obviously, Ed Woodward, don't forget, did say that we will remain competitive in the summer transfer window. But he did say the other month that we won't do business as usual in the summer transfer market. So basically, he ruled out big transfers to Man United, and he said, we won't be spending hundreds of millions of pounds. This is what, Ed Woodward had said. Don't forget there were stories coming out the other week saying that we'd taken a £140 million loan from our £150 million revolving credit facility, to help us get through the coronavirus crisis, and obviously, to help us, get the right calibre players in to the football club. But like I said, there's decisions we've got to make in the summer transfer window, what players we're going to get in, and of course what players we are going to get rid of, because Solskjaer, is going to get rid of more of the deadwood in the summer transfer window. Obviously, he's got rid of a lot of the deadwood anyway since he got recommended into the football club, which is, very, very good news. But I think, we're going to get rid of at least 5 players in the summer transfer window. Maybe we could get rid of 6 or maybe 7. But with us getting rid of players in the summer transfer window, we are going to generate money that way, So, yeah. I have an idea anyway of the players that we're going to get rid of in the summer transfer window. Like I said, we've got to make a decision on Angel Gomez's future. Because obviously, there's no signs of Angel Gomez signing a new contract. There was reports coming out the other week saying that, we'd offered him around 1.5 million a year, for him to stay at the football club, because we want Angel Gomez to stay at the football club, but I think Angel Gomez has got strong reservations about getting into the first team. Angel Gomez has only made 6 first team appearances this season. Angel Gomez's contract does expire at the end of this month. There is clubs that are interested in him, Chelsea are in for him, Arsenal have been in for him, Barcelona have been in for him and that. We've got to make a decision on Diego Dalot's future. I think Solskjaer's confirmed that he's determined to keep him, but was it a week or 2 ago now? He said Barcelona and PSG were interested in him, Diego Dalot. But we want to keep him, yeah. His appearances have been limited this season, due to the injuries that he's had, Diego Dalot. But he is our backup right back to Wan-Bissaka, because Wan-Bissaka is our first choice right back. I think more or less Paul Pogba's future has been resolved now. He's going to be staying at Manchester United for next season. He's Paul Pogba. Like I said, David De Gea I think is going to remain our number 1 goalkeeper. Won't be our number 1 goalkeeper for years though, will he? Obviously, David De Gea, left back, will Luke Shaw remain our first choice left back, or, will Brandon Williams become our first choice left back and that? Because I think Brandon Williams has had a really, really impressive season. This has been Brandon Williams' first season in the senior squad and that. And he's played a good 26 games this season. He has started 19 of them. He scored the only goal and his only professional goal against Sheffield United in that 3-3 draw earlier on in the season. Don't forget he made his EFL Cup debut in the win against Rochdale. Was it on penalties, if I can't remember rightly? And don't forget, Brandon Williams has got a contract with the football club. Is it until 2022 with an option of a further year? But there were stories coming out recently saying that we are willing to offer Brandon Williams a new contract. This was stemming from The Athletic. He's 8 months into his current contract at the moment, and his current salary at the moment is like £4,000 a week. So if Williams signs this new contract, then obviously, he will get a huge pay rise on his wages. But I think definitely Brandon Williams is a foreseeable future for Man United. His versatility has been very, very good. He's fighting for left back with Luke Shaw. He's been deployed as a right back. He's been deployed as a left wing back and a left midfielder, so I've been very, very impressed with him anyway. So there you go. And like I've confirmed with you, the Premier League is resuming on the 17th of June. Isn't long now, isn't long. Obviously, we play Tottenham on the 19th of June. It is on Friday night, is the game against Tottenham. Obviously, Solskjaer's recently explained his tactics ahead of a Premier League restart. Don't forget, yesterday Solskjaer was discussing his plans ahead of the Premier League restart. He's been saying we've been doing very, very well in training, and he's told our players to rediscover their edge. And he says, we've been working on new ideas. But Solskjaer has confirmed, we've got a fully fit squad now. Marcus Rashford is back from his back injury. Paul Pogba, of course, is now back from his ankle injury because they've been both doing very, very well in training. So, yeah. But we've had a lot of injuries throughout the course of this season. Reflecting on that, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's had to make a lot of rotation in the squad. But like I updated you on my video yesterday night, Solskjaer did hint that Rashford and Pogba may not be thrown into Premier League action straight away. But they've been doing very, very well anyway. Won't be an easy game against Tottenham, but I'm very, very convinced we can win it. Because before the football season got suspended, Tottenham were in a bad vein of form. And, Solskjaer's looking to overcome Jose Mourinho for the second time, because Solskjaer's already beaten Jose Mourinho once. And we beat them 2-1 earlier on in the season. He's looking to beat Tottenham for the third time as a manager as well, because so far Solskjaer has beaten them twice. Like I said to Tottenham, they've got a fully fit squad as well. They've obviously got Harry Kane now back. They've also got Human Son back and that. But Tottenham have had quite a few injuries this season, But I am really, really looking forward to that game. Really, really looking forward to that game. Don't forget there's a new rule. I think there's now 5 substitutions that are going to be allowed. So that's just been confirmed. But the Premier League, has been suspended for around 11, 12 weeks now, So it's been suspended, for a while. But there's 9 games to play in the Premier League, and there's 92 games to play in all competitions. Like I said, there's things we've got to look forward to for when it resumes. Obviously, the top 4 is a priority for us, because we are sitting 5th in the Premier League at the moment, and we are just 3 points behind Chelsea. The FA Cup and the Europa League is a priority for us, because that's a chance for us getting some silverware on the board under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I want to get some silverware on the board under him, because if we could do that, it would be a memorable first full season for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But, we're into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, and we are into the last day of the Europa League. And, Solskjaer has been here now, is it, nearly a year and a half, including, the 3 months when he was the interim manager. Like I said, Solskjaer's got to work out his best 11. I think he's got an idea of what 11 he's going to go with anyway. You've already seen my predictions for the Man United-Tottenham game on the 19th. I've given you my starting 11 prediction. I did say, didn't I, David De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka at right back, Lindelof, Harry Maguire as a centre-back partnership. Luke Shaw probably will remain at left back. I think the 3 in midfield, he will go with Bruno Fernandes, Pogba and McTominay. Fred will get his chances. He'll play so often instead of one. So he'll go with Bruno Fernandes, Pogba and McTominay, but in some games he'll go with Bruno Fernandes, Pogba and Fred. Matic should still get his chances, but I think he will drop to the bench now. And like I said, the 3 up front, you'd obviously you'd have Rashford up there, Martial, and probably Daniel James and that. Like I said to you as well, Odion Ighalo's could find game time. He could not get as many starts as he did do before the season got suspended. Because obviously, now Rashford's back. Don't forget, Odion Ighalo did recently extend his loan at the football club, which is obviously, very, very good. He extended his loan until the end of January 2021. So he's going to be here for another 7 months. And we paid Shanghai Shenhua just over 10 million, to extend his loan, Odion Ighalo. So, like I said to you on my video the other day, Solskjaer will welcome a selection of dilemmas ahead of the Premier League restart and that. And I give you my score prediction recently. I think, we will beat Tottenham 2-1. That is, my score prediction for the game. Like I said, I think he'll probably stick with a 4-2-3-1, will Solskjaer. Maybe he could go with a 4-3-3, whatever. But in a lot of the time this season's gone with a 4-2-3-1, but he has been changing formation persistently, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We've actually now gone with three at the back a lot against the big six side, so we could actually now decide to go with three at the back against Tottenham. I don't know, we'll obviously know more, when it comes closer to that day. It's about 11 days now, isn't it, till we play Tottenham? Or is it 12 days, something like that? But I am, really, really looking forward to it and that. But there you go. And but yeah, I hope things can work out under Solskjaer, like I mentioned, because he's a club legend and he was a great player for the football club for 11 years and he flourished under Ferguson's guidance. And, Man United is the third club that Solskjaer's managing in his managerial career. Because obviously, before he was at us, he was at Molde. And before he was at Molde, he was at Cardiff. He was at Cardiff and all of that. But yeah, so nothing much really more to say. And I think the game against Tottenham, it'd be Solskjaer's 51st Premier League game, because I think he's managed 50 games in the Premier League at the moment. The last Premier League game we played was against City, and we did beat them by 2-0. But the last game we actually played was the 5-0 win against Lask, of course. So yeah, so that's all your news that you need to know. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.